Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Prepping and Survival. Well, I know it's hard to believe, but when I got home today from work, which is about 6 o'clock, the little mama hen right here was on top of the rabbit box, and all the babies but one were on the roost. And it got up on the roost when I walked up. And I was like, what the heck? First time. So I figure I better keep her from getting up there because I don't want her pooping all over it. So I did the same thing I did on the other side. I added those two boards. All I did was put in 2 screws just to hold it up on the inside, 2 screws on the outside, and it just slides in place. So I can pick each board up and just move it. It's not screwed down or anything. The screws will stay. So makes it easy. And as far as the feed goes, the baby's about doubled in size, it looks to me. But either way, they've barely used, I wouldn't even call that a quarter. And I filled it up yesterday. So, the wire seems to be working really well. They are scraping a little bit out, but for the most part, they're eating what they want and leaving the rest in the feeder. So, the wire really does seem to be making a big difference. And now that they're starting to get a little bigger, I'm hoping they will start roosting on the roost pretty soon. That tells me that they're growing up. So they are, I guess, what, 4 or 5 weeks old now, since I got them when they were little bitty when Father's Day. So we are looking at month and a half. So 4, 5, 6 weeks old. But anyway, thought I'd do a video. I just finished doing that and disturbed them all. They were up on the roost again when I got over here. But, of course, screwing those screws in and going in and out with them boards kind of got them all moving around. But anyway, the adults still eat more food than any of them. They go through that feeder in about 4 days, and I normally fill it back up after the 3rd day. So I don't let them get empty. I've told y'all that before. But also let them scratch a little bit more and see her go in there and get her some water. So the teenagers, they did want out today, but they don't scratch around like they really should. They're still learning. And it's about 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30. I don't think it's quite 8:30 yet. It's probably 8 o'clock. But anyway, I was getting them old vines that grow on the backside of the house off the house. Picked up the water hose from up there so I could take the mower up and cut the vines and crap I pulled off up with the mower and the grass. And that faucet back there is leaking terribly, so I'm going to have to take time this weekend and try to replace the washer in it to stop it from leaking, or replace the entire faucet. I don't know. But either way, it's always a project to do when you own your own property. If you rent somewhere, you've got a landlord. The landlord takes care of all those kind of things. Excuse me while I get out of the chicken pen. You know, but I've always been a kind of do-it-yourself person. But I still haven't cut the grass. The chickens would probably enjoy that. I may do that in a day or two. But anyway, it is, like I say, close to 8 o'clock, and I wanted to show y'all what I was doing. Now, hopefully, I will get time and energy to work on getting the rabbit box built for the middle pen. And I've already got the feeder and waterer and all that stuff, little ones, in my cart on Amazon, so I need to order that probably this weekend or sometime next week, so I can start looking for rabbits. But I've still got to get hay. My son-in-law, I think, told me he had some, but I haven't talked to him in quite a few days. So anyway, let me turn around here, go put this drill down. But I drug that old water hose from up there to get it out of the way. I got all the vines piled out there. I need to go up there with the mower and Nothing else is on the ground. So I need to go up there and chop all that mess up so I can get up there this weekend and get that faucet fixed. But if you haven't seen, I cut all the grass Saturday, except for that little bit right there. And then I've got a bunch of weed eating. I need to move this tower because I can't put it up by myself. But anyway, need to move it so I can cut the weeds there and pull the weeds out of the grandkids' little play area. And believe it or not, they do play there quite a bit when they're here, especially on the swing. So anyway, I know it's a mess, but it's life. It's real life. I don't know whether all of you have heard the news or not. I heard it this morning from one of the guys I follow that there was a shooting and a good guy with a gun took out the bad guy with a gun, but the bad guy did, I think, killed 3 and injured 1. And the good guy took him out, which is a good thing. I don't know how that's being portrayed on the news and all that stuff, but the fact of the matter is, how many more people would have died if a good guy with a gun wasn't there? So y'all think about that. If you're not a firearm enthusiast or that kind of thing, then you know you still need a way to protect yourself. And I'm sorry, you don't take a knife to a gunfight. But I had to move old Sparky's doghouse. This is the diggingest dog. So he dug around it so much, and then I slid it up, and then he dug around it some more, and I slid it up, and then he got his daggum cable wrapped around the old feeder there. And 7 o'clock yesterday morning, he woke me up barking. I guess when it started to fall over into the hole, he took off, and it was laid over about diagonal. The feeder was on the ground, you know, holding it up, and he was barking, raising sand up here by the house, looking back that way, and I'm looking at the camera going, what in the world did you do? So I had to come outside and fix that, which I did. And the old feeder, I've had it for I don't know how many years. So it's about time to buy a new one, but it still works. The bottom starting to rust out, so I cut some metal and put a new bottom in it. So there ain't no telling how much longer it would actually last, but that'll be on my to-do list pretty soon, get him a new feeder. And the little, what I call weeds, are starting to grow where the poles were and where the chickens are over there scratching. There's a bunch of little bitty plants all over it inside the chicken pen area there. When I had them locked up for 2 or 3 days, and because of the rain and all, and they have managed to scratch and eat probably 85-90% of the little green that was growing over here. And chickens like dirt to scratch in. That's what they take, a dirt bath to help control mites and stuff. So anyway, trying to look, you see there's some grass coming through, but there's also some kind of little weed, but the chickens have eat all that in there. So anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know that I do what I say. I am trying to make a little bit of progress, if not daily, almost every day. I've still got weed eating to do, and I hate that with a passion. But either way, it's better than spraying chemical everywhere. But the grass does look good. I got to cut up there around the mailbox too. I didn't take the time to do that. Around the pump house, I picked the water hose up. So guys, I hope you're prepping. The extreme left are out there trying their best to make it look like guns are the bad thing, and I'm gonna tell you what, if somebody's got a gun and means harm, the only way to stop them was with another gun. So a good guy with a gun will stop that mess. And I know I'm probably fixing to get some hate mail for this one, but you know what, if they bring back public hanging for all these damn child molesters, and look at a rabbit running down the side of the property. It's a little one. But if they bring back public hanging for murder when there is no doubt, and all these child molesters and sex traffickers and all that crap, you know what? There'd be a whole lot less of it. An armed society is a polite society, and a society that punishes properly for the crimes that are committed has a lot less crime. Look at Kennesaw, Georgia. They've had a law that every house is required to have a firearm for many, many years, and they've got one of the lowest crime rates in the country. Why? Because criminals know better than to break in over in them houses. It works. Taking guns away from law-abiding citizens does not work. All that does is leave the bad guys with the gun. They don't care about the law. Police come to clean up the mess. The only thing criminals fear is good people with a firearm. But anyway, I'll get up off my soapbox. Guys, I hope you're prepping. I hope you're prepping as hard as you can. I know things are getting much more expensive and much harder to do. But I don't believe we've got a whole lot of time. And we need to be prepping hard. So, y'all remember what I always tell you. Jesus loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared. I got to go out here and love on Sparky a little bit. He's waiting on me. Y'all have a great rest of your week.